The China Diaries continues with another full day in Guangzhou. Looking back on this day, we did so many incredible things, but what really stood out to me is how Pinterest worthy everything was. From getting my nails done to exploring neighborhoods and the food, everything was beautiful. We're on day 5 of our 2-week trip, so we're not even halfway through. And to start the day off right, of course, waking up in a beautiful hotel room will set the mood. At my friend Amy's recommendation, we went to Tao Tao Ju, a chain dim sum restaurant in Guangzhou. We went to the Enning Road location, and this is definitely more on the higher end, but completely reasonable by Canadian standards. I'll make a whole separate video on the food there. This area had tons of shopping, and it had a lot of the aesthetic Chinese clothing shops that have gone viral on social media. And I of course had to stop into Pop Mart. I stopped into every single one to see if they had Sunny Angels, but they did not. But they had tons of Labubus though. Everything in this neighborhood was so aesthetic. This is the Haiti. It was gorgeous and not busy at all. So as I mentioned, I'm on Enning Road, but the area is called Yongqing Fang. I highly recommend checking it out for the aesthetic shopping, but it also has very beautiful historic buildings that have been restored. You can get your modern day shopping in, but also your history lesson if you want to. I love this little bonsai tree nunnery that we walked past. Not captured on video, there's also Bruce Lee's ancestral home, which is super popular for people to visit. Do you see what I mean by Pinterest worthy? The next neighborhood we visited was Dongshanku, and it's honestly the best place to people watch. On this street, all of the aesthetic shops are here for like Chinese streetwear and modern clothes, and there was a ton of influencers just outside of these places changing outfits and taking pictures because are you kidding? Look how cool these stores are. I recognized a lot of these shops because I had been deep in Red Note before coming here, but a lot of the clothes was not really my style. I ended up buying one thing from Beer Bro the entire trip. I ended up chipping my nails before coming on this trip, and so I wanted to get my nails done. I got something more fancy than just one color because when in China, why not? The total price for it was 70 Canadian, which is not super cheap, but then again, you can't really get a design in Canada for under $100 these days, I feel like. This was at Melissa Nail in the Dongshanku region. It was super clean and nice. After getting my nails done, we were super starved and couldn't wait to eat, so we got this one beef noodle soup to share, and it was so yummy, and I don't even know how much it was, but it was probably under like $5-10. The beef was so yummy. But this was really just our pre-dinner to go to this restaurant to get Peking duck, because when in China you have to eat Peking duck multiple times a trip, of course. The restaurant was very lovely, very nice and clean and modern. They had many things on the menu, but we were really just looking for this half duck. This half duck was 128 RMB. That's about $25 Canadian. So between the beef noodle soup and the Peking duck, we're looking at about $30 to $35 for dinner. But I needed a sweet treat, so we went back to Beijing Road and got yogurt cow again. The exact same drink. It was so delicious. I could not get enough, and I actually made Vic get his own because I did not want to share. Still got more than half a trip to post about, so if you're interested, follow for more.